Sports. My name is Adrian Gonzalez, and with me, as in the past couple of weeks, we have Brian the Big Cheeto Balcito.
What's up, what's up?
And to my right, back after, I don't know, 7 years, 20 years, we have Josh. Josh, welcome back, big boy.
Oh, good to be back in the studio in Big Bag, Santa Ana. Feels good to be back in the hood, off the top.
Home. I've always called this home. We're noticing some hardware on your hand there. Tell us about it.
A little championship ring from last football season is current right now, so, you know, got to be sporting it.
Nice.
CIF champs, Garden Grove, looking for the repeat this year.
All right. Garden Grove is no joke, and their O-line coach, I heard he's a cute fella.
I don't know about all that, but they're not bad, I hear.
Well, this is the first time we've had three people talking at once, so bear with us. It's going to be a really, really good time. We're going to be fighting through our words, and it's going to be a lot more fighting than people thought they were going to get on Saturday.
Yeah, there wasn't much fighting going on Saturday night between Pacquiao and Mayweather. It was a lot more dancing, I thought.
I mean, I don't know why people thought all of a sudden Mayweather was going to completely change and be a guy who was going to exchange with Pacquiao and not just outbox him enough to win a round and make it so a boring fight and people are going to be pissed off. It's pretty obvious. That's what he's been doing for a long time. He's good at hyping fights up, but he does enough to win. You know, he's undefeated. He's trying to get to Rocky Marciano. We'll see. He's got Maidana in September. I don't think that many people really want to see this rematch, even though now it's coming out. Pacquiao's got a torn labrum, needs shoulder surgery. Is that the reason he didn't perform and attack like he should have? You know, they're suing him over it. There's a lot of things going on with this still.
There's so much in there. I'm wondering if the contract had something to do with why he couldn't divulge that information.
You didn't want to give up $120 million or $160 and just risk that and say, I'll go have surgery instead?
I would fight Floyd Mayweather with my elbow cut out for $128 million.
I mean, there's nothing that was going to stop that fight from happening that I can see other than one of those guys passing out on the way to the ring.
Yeah, they were determined to get together that night and see what they could do. But like Josh said, I'm not surprised that Mayweather danced around the ring. He did what he does. That's his thing. That's his fight style. So it wasn't too surprising. I thought that after about 4 or 5 rounds, we had a pretty good fight going, but it kind of petered out after that.
Once the scorecards got official, then there was no reason to keep going. I love the new term. Well, it's not really a new term, but the term that everyone's adopted in the past few days is the casual boxing fan. Casual boxing fan doesn't know this. Casual boxing fan doesn't know that. And that's fine. We're all casual fans. I don't play in the NFL. I'm a casual NFL fan. I don't play in the MLB. I'm a casual baseball fan. I want to see exciting. And if you want to keep fans and you keep wanting making $128 million, be exciting.
The casual fan just doesn't realize that, you know, there's a sweet science. It's not fighting. It's not UFC. It's not, you know, what everybody thinks it is. It's for Mayweather. It is a sweet science. He's a boxing purist. He does, you know, exactly what he wants to do in that fight. He holds when it gets close. You know, it's just the way he does. It's the you know, he's a great fighter. There's, you know, you can't argue that. There's a reason he's never lost as a professional.
He's a great fighter.
He's not a great show to watch though.
No. Right. Right. Last week we talked about where his position would be in the all-time greats after this fight. Do you think it changed at all?
Mm-mm.
No, I don't think so either.
It's where it is,
yeah.
and it'll end up in the Hall of Fame.
I think it actually brought it down because people are looking at him as saying that's really all he ever did. And then again, you have to look at, he used to knock people out. The reason he doesn't knock people out anymore is because he has broken hand issues. He has bad hand problems. So all he wants to do is score points to win. He doesn't care about knocking people out. All he wants to do is win.
He has a wicked guillotine.
And do you think that maybe the negativity towards this fight afterwards is because a ton of people saw this fight who hadn't been watching boxing?
I think that totally is. But
yeah.
People who hadn't been watching boxing in 10 years,
right,
ever since the old good fights of the Hearn tag, all the, you know, Tyson, all that, you know, now all of a sudden are back in and thinking they're going to see something like that, you know, an aggression, you know, a gangster of just someone coming out to kill. That's not what Floyd does.
Right.
That being said, I'm going to go watch Canelo fight the way I like to watch fights, and I'll probably never.
I'm a fan of Canelo. I can't wait to watch that. I mean, even though I won't pay for it, it'll be illegally streaming. But you know,
we would never do that on Off the Top Sports, by the way.
No,
SEC.
no.
We'll probably be at Danny K's or somewhere. But
all right, we've had enough of that Pacquiao Mayweather fight. They got enough of our attention.
Time to get the taste of ginger.
It was a waste of time, waste of money. Although I did come up on the over bet and on Mayweather.
Nice.
I lost $20 because I split it 5 ways. I'm going to move on. This is our Cinco de Mayo show. Yes, it's May the 6th, and you guys are going to listen to this for like a week until we have a new one. But Angels, good move to try to have Sombrero Night. I like the idea of Sombrero Night, kind of. But the crowd with the ladies wearing the big giant mustaches and the serapes and the let's hold our beers up in every picture. I guess it is what it is in the United States. You know, Cinco de Mayo really isn't as culturally sensitive as people would want. And I'm the last person who's culturally sensitive, but you got to be smart in Major League Baseball now, and just to have a sombrero night.
Was it just a racist, just crazy night or what?
Racist. I can't wait till Angel Stadium has China Cap night. That's.
Was it the meme I saw I liked was white people today, Cinco de Mayo, woo, Mexico, tequila and margaritas, white people the rest of the year. Could you get out of my country, please?
Brian, as our resident white boy.
I saw some of it. I don't know. I don't even know if I want to go there. It's not the most PC night that they could ever have. At least the fans got sent home on a happy note with rookie Carlos Perez hitting a walk-off home run in his major league debut. So
Ecuadorian?
They need a spark. The Angels need a spark, and that kid could be it. I like it.
Yeah.
He's playing a great defense and hitting a big shot when they needed it. They need timely hitting.
This is true.
Catchers are the new pitchers. Like, if you don't expect your pitcher to hit a home run, you don't expect your catcher to hit a home run anymore. I mean, not even Russell Martin's cranking them out like he used to.
Well, I expect Buster Posey to hit some home runs.
His name's Buster.
That kid's a baller.
Yeah, he's the man. He won that face of Major League Baseball thing before the season, and he's starting to heat up a little bit.
But Angel fans, there is a way to make it up. Our shout out to our favorite charity on Off the Top Sports, Max Love Foundation, is having their Strikeout to Cancer night at Angel Stadiums this Friday night against first place Houston. If you go online to angels.com and buy your ticket using the code word MAXLOVE, proceeds from your ticket will go to them, and you get to sit in a special section, and you get to see me, and I will high five you in the stands if you come up to me and say Off Top Sports.
That's a great cause. Great cause to get behind.
Definitely my support.
So keep going to Angel games. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Keep going to Angel games. That's just my little spill on everything racist and dressing up like someone's cultured, but it's a slippery slope. There's a fine line.
No different than St. Patty's, you know.
No,
I mean,
God, no.
they're celebrated more in America than they are in their home country. So let's just go with it and have fun with it. We like to party.
So, Adrian, how about your Dodgers pitcher there? Is he your ace now, Greinke?
He's mine and Josh's, by the way. But he's mine in fantasy. So
okay.
Yeah.
So Greinke, is he your ace now? He's outpitched Kershaw
he's
so
looking
far
like
this
it.
year.
Also, when Kershaw's up, I don't see the bats alive. I don't see the starters up. I don't see.
They take the day off and they got the game won or what? It happens.
It happens, and it's easy to say, hey, the pitching's there, and it was there the other night. And they pulled out Kershaw, and everyone wanted to get that win from him when he was out.
Felix Hernandez isn't feeling sorry for him.
This is true. Greinke has rattled off a 10-0 record in his last 14 starts. That's pretty impressive.
It's pretty damn good.
I expect the lefty to come back strong quickly.
Yeah.
He's going to start dominating.
For
It's
sure.
baseball. He'll be coming on.
Yep.
Do you think this cost him some All-Star votes?
No. He'll be fun.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what he's bringing to the table. All he has to do is get on a little hot streak, and it'll be trouble for everybody.
Yep. Speaking of hot streaks, Bryce Harper today, 3 for 4 with 3 bombs in his first 3 at-bats, 5 RBIs total. The Nats looking to turn it around. They're 14-15, and they were a World Series favorite going into the season.
Kid's hot and cold, man. He's all over the place, but when he's hot, he's trouble.
Yeah, he's got monster power.
I like
That's
to
for
call him
sure.
the hit Harper.
Hopefully he's turning it around and getting back on top. I like to see it. Him and Trout coming in at the same time.
Yep. The better young players, stepping up.
Now we need Puig. Where's he at?
Right.
Still banged up?
He's scheduled to do rehab next week, a couple of games in the minors. But in the meantime, we have Jock hitting him. He crushed one yesterday, crushed 2 today. Agon hit a monster bomb that hit on top of the Miller Lite sign. Not even High Life. This stadium's classy. They said if it didn't hit that sign, it would have gone over 500 feet.
Not
It's
bad.
impressive.
Remember when they said Aegon wasn't a power hitter?
He has one of the sweetest strokes in the game.
Yeah, when he was in
Period.
Boston, people thought he had lost all his power for some
9
reason.
home runs. He leads
Well, he
the
was
league.
hitting in San Diego in a huge stadium and still cracking them.
Right.
Right. I love that ballpark. It's got a beautiful view. But it was also awesome to see my name up on a board. You know,
Not used to that, huh?
So
not anymore, not off the swimming board.
in the NBA playoffs tonight, we had the Clippers in Game 2 in Houston. First, we should probably talk about that epic Game 7 that they played against the Spurs on Saturday night. That should have been pay-per-view instead of the fight.
It was pretty good. I had it on the laptop as I was watching the opening cards.
I mean, that was probably the best opening round series that I can remember since I've been that I can remember. Period. It was just every game I was tuned into that series from the beginning to the end. Blake Griffin is playing like the Blake Griffin everyone hoped he would be. Chris Paul dominant. I mean, went like Willis Reed, finishing the game on one leg and winning it, willing the team to a victory. It was just amazing, beating the Spurs. Everybody picked against them. All the analysts that I saw, and I know I saw Doc Rivers post that in everybody's locker before the series. Every single analyst that picked them, he put in the locker of every player on the team. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Doc knows how to motivate. I mean, he did it with the Celtics for so many years, and this is his team. Everything's been moved around, and the trades have been made, and the changes have been done, and it's his team, and it's a beautiful thing to watch, even if you are a Lakers fan.
I was gonna say, any Lakers fans get jealous watching Chris Paul dominate that and seeing what could have been.
We're proud of our little brothers.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Commissioner.
So then they came out of that Game 7 and went into Houston, and without CP3, they pulled off the big win in Game 1. Another triple-double from Blake Griffin. He's just been playing out of his mind. Like Josh said, he's developed right before our eyes.
Back-to-back triple doubles in the playoffs, first time in almost 50 years or over 50 years, something like that. It was ridiculous.
Yep, third of the playoffs for him.
You can't stop that kid right now, no matter who you put on him. He's getting to the rack. He's finishing. Him and DeAndre's playing beastly, finishing.
He's running in like an out of control.
When they beat them, in my mind, I said they're the three teams right now that have, in my mind was Golden State, Cleveland, and the Clippers. And I think really it's Golden State or the Clippers in my mind if Chris Paul can be healthy, because I think LeBron's going to choke. He's not going to be able to do it. No Kevin Love. He's going to, all the pressure's going to be on LeBron. We'll see. He's good. He's great. We all know that, but I see some cramping coming up in the playoffs for him.
Speaking of LeBron, they tied their series with the Bulls tonight with a blowout victory over Chicago in Cleveland. Now they go back to Chicago 1-1.
They had that one loss, and ESPN was...
You saw it coming. Lose first game to the Bulls like the way they did.
Nobody with the pride of LeBron is going to let that happen.
Right.
He came out ultra aggressive tonight, a lot different than he did last game.
Called his shot, said he was going to do that.
Yeah, I mean, he should be that every game. Come on, LeBron.
This is
Pick it
true.
up.
This is true. Also in the NBA last night, Steph Curry got his MVP trophy. Then the Warriors went out and lost only their third game on their home floor all year.
Yeah, it was a long winning streak there. I think it was since less than January.
Yeah, late January. Mike Conley stepped up wearing the mask.
You know what? There's been a lot of injuries in the playoffs, and you can see the difference. Conley came back after getting, the Memphis got whooped that first game. Conley came right back and balled out in the next game, and they handled the Warriors, made them look average.
Yeah, that they did. He had 22 points last night, and his shooting was on point.
They turned him into jump shooters, and and they D'd him up.
I'm still calling Golden State to make it to the finals.
I would love to see a Western Conference Finals of Clippers and Warriors, because those two teams do not like each other.
Well, I expect that, definitely. That's my call for sure. And the Cavs are going to have their hands full in this series. I think going back to Chicago, Bulls play D. They're gonna make LeBron earn everything. He's gonna be tired every game. He's gonna be dying, needing the IV at halftime. And
yeah,
stuff.
Jimmy Butler's a lot like Kawhi Leonard, who got all over LeBron in the finals last year, and they are very similar players. He can stand up to LeBron a little bit, make him a jump shooter, and that kind of gets in his head.
The sorry, Cleveland makes it to the next round. Do you think LeBron has it in it for another series after that?
Well, I think he's one of the best conditioned athletes around. He just puts out so much energy. It's tough. They need Kyrie to step up and make everyone. I mean, well, they not losing JR with the backhanded spinning back fist KO. Didn't help. He's a big scorer for them. It takes a lot of pressure off. So they've had a lot of issues right now. This series is going to be tough. The Chicago could steal this, I think. They could come in here and just go up 3-1 at home, and LeBron will be crying.
I agree.
It'd be good for Chicago. I mean, they're getting close. And back in the 90s, I remember the Bulls were always ruining my childhood. But
Thibodeau, he's the man. I like the guy. He played defense.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe
Coach him up.
The Bulls actually have players I like.
Thibodeau and Coach Pop, they're the two men in NBA in my book. Doc's doing well. Hopefully he shows it this year again. He's done it once before. Let's get another one, Doc.
Other series in the East, we got tied 1-1, Wizards and Hawks. Hawks played without John Wall in Game 2, hurt his wrist. It seems like a lot of
the
star
Hawks
players
play without him.
So,
Wizards with no John Wall.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Good call.
Ramon Sessions came out, played for him. That series, I don't know about that series. I think the Hawks should do it. Wall's the money, but he's banged up. I don't know, I'm leaning towards the Hawks. What do you think?
I'm looking at the Hawks. Their last series, they were just fun to watch, and they seem to be carrying that over. It feels like we could have saved a lot of tape tonight and said, insert team here, insert team B here.
Hey, 1-1
1-1
in all 4 playoff series. NBA got a pretty good start. That's nice. They like that.
Yeah.
Makes for a good weekend of basketball this weekend.
I was thinking commercial time.
FanDuel, DraftKings, let's go. We got to get it off the top. DraftKings and FanDuel going for our fans.
Off the top, sponsored by DraftKings. Hey,
That'd be
DraftKings,
nice.
if you're listening, we'll shout you out. Here's a free one. Go to DraftKings.com. There. Now
There you
pay
go.
us.
The Ducks, let's get into hockey. Playoff hockey here.
Quack, quack, quack. They can bleed.
20 seconds away from being up 3-0 and 7-0 in the playoffs, 7-0 in the playoffs. And then all of a sudden, what happened?
Goal.
Stolen. Jacked.
It's a little bit of sports karma. Ducks have been doing that to everybody all year.
19 and a half seconds left. They tie it up. The Calgary Flames tie it up and then go on to win in overtime just virtually seconds later.
Yeah.
It's a heartbreaking for the Ducks. They're already planning their reservations for the finals.
I like an exciting series. I mean, if my Kings aren't going to be in and my secondary team, which is the Ducks, is in...
Got to represent for Orange County, Southern California, LA.
They play Pennywise every goal. That's good in my book.
I think, it looks like it could be if the Ducks can advance because the Blackhawks are up 3-0. We could be staring Ducks Blackhawks in the eyes, which would be just an epic series.
That would be great.
Give me that.
I'd be excited about that as an
with the
average
Ducks,
hockey fan.
The Blackhawks and the Kings just dominating the playoffs the way they have in the past 3 years. It's like 3 dynasties stopping each other.
Yep.
It's like we can't call any of these team dynasties because the other 2 exist.
And the Blackhawks have a lot of experience, a lot of championship experience on that team. Patrick Kane is back playing at a high level. He missed about the last quarter of the season with a broken collarbone. He's scored 6 goals in the playoffs, so they look like they're strong.
That's called a Gordie Howe scratch.
Well, let's hope the Ducks can get through this round right here, all right?
That's the pun jar, by the way, if you guys are listening. I'm almost out of quarters.
What else we got here? The New England Patriots, did they get away with one?
No. I mean, well, yeah, because of the Patriots.
Usual.
And if you can get away with beating your wife in the NFL, you can get away from squeezing a couple of balls. Come on now.
Not a good look with Tom Brady having these 2 guys texting about his balls and stuff lately. So I mean, they gotta watch out with that stuff over there in New England because a lot of fans are getting a little tired of their act.
Bob Kraft's in good with the yellow commissioner and the owner's circle. He's fine.
The casual football fan doesn't know about balls. It's fine.
Is our pun jar big enough for these puns that are coming out right now? Oh, we just had some more change brought over to us by our sound guys.
Sound engineer Craig, who you guys never get to hear, but he's got a sexy, saucy voice, just brought us a basket of coins. I don't think he knows how pun jars work. It's supposed to come out of our own pocket, but we will take your money, sir.
But seriously, isn't the timing of this thing kind of funny with the NFL?
Yeah.
I mean, you get through the draft, through free agency, get to their dead time, and that's when they bring out the stuff.
They throw it out there real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Sneak it by. Oh, you're worried about a draft? Don't worry about what the Patriots did last offseason, how they won the Super Bowl. Don't worry about that, all right?
It's reverse Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's
not cheating.
You lose nothing, sir. Good day.
It's not cheating unless you get caught while it's going on, right?
And they do get caught while it's going on. And they do. And nothing, and I'm doing my best not to cuss right now, but nothing happens to those guys.
And they got through the draft without getting docked draft picks, because that seems to be the thing that the NFL does lately. Is when you do something, they slap you on the wrist, take a couple draft picks, and they waited.
But we're not being town haters here, I promise.
Oh, I am. When it comes to football, I am.
As a Bronco fan, I am definitely a rival of the
Patriots. So we do have a bias.
Talker, I am unbiased, but I am talking freely as Adrian Gonzalez, a.k.a. Rams and Raiders fan. I hate the Patriots so much. I can't believe they get away with so much year after year. And Belichick can't even smile because he knows he's got dirty money in the hoodie pocket of his sweater.
Let's just say maybe where there's smoke, maybe there's fire. We'll put it that way to be nice.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying. It's his philosophy. We all know that. Come on. Let's see. What else do we have here? We have UFC news. We got a fight here coming up on the 10th. Mark Hunt and Miocic, the heavyweight, should be free for everyone to see. I can't wait. Two guys that like to throw down.
It's gonna be
won't be like the Mayweather and Pacquiao fight. These guys, someone's gonna be hitting the canvas out cold, probably, in my opinion, in this fight.
That's one of those fights where you can't even read the sponsor on the octagon because there's so much blood on the floor.
Well, Mark Hunt is a big boy who likes to throw, and Miocic is an ex-boxer, an MMA guy. So I'm excited to see two guys over 235 pounds exchange the way we all wish we could have saw Mayweather and Pacquiao go at it, you know?
There's three guys at this table, and those two guys make us look small. They are going to do some serious damage, and I cannot wait to see what they can do. I mean, we know what they can do. I want to see what they can do against each other.
Yeah, we got the co-main event, or not co-main event, but the other fights of interest be Brad Tavares and Robert Whittaker. Tavares, the ex-UFC guy. I think it's a coin flip. We'll see about that.
I think Whittaker takes it. I think he's just technical enough where you can edge one.
Yeah,
out.
Tavares has kind of gotten by on his UFC rep. And you know, he's not that good at any one thing. He's kind of just solid at everything. So we'll see how that goes for him. Little local flavor. Our former guest, Marin Sorelli, is training Kaylin Curran. She's fighting against Alex Chambers, I believe it is. And so rooting for Sorelli, Marin's fighter, Kaylin Curran, in this one. She's been on a roll lately. So
we're saying it officially. That is our girl.
Yeah, definitely.
That is the Off the Top Sports girl. That's who we're picking.
Yep.
She's ours.
You like it?
Claimed to quote Daryl Dixon. Don't come after me, zombie lovers.
Well, what do we got coming up this week? Anything crazy here? Find out when the Clippers come back to L.A. if we can take the lead again.
Oh, I have no doubt they'll win their next home game. That should be a good
They
one.
still don't know if Chris Paul is going to play. They're still it's very iffy right now. I would say it's a coin, it's 50-50, even for game 3. So, I mean, the fact that we got a split in Houston without him, I'm pumped on.
Yeah, that's good.
They're stoked right now.
It's always the good move to take at least one of the away games. So.
Without your leader and floor general, that's stealing.
Yeah, Blake Griffin really stepped up in those in the first game.
Him and DeAndre are playing out of their heads right now.
Absolutely.
So. Screw Dwight Howard, I can say that for all the Laker fans. We're glad you're there. We hope the Clippers beat your face in.
Oh, God, yes, please do it. we were talking about Dwight on the way in tonight, and we were just like, "Hey, we haven't heard much of Dwight." And
after watching tonight, I would much rather have DeAndre Jordan than Dwight Howard. I don't care what anybody else says.
I'm going to teach you the alphabet.
I agree.
A, B, C, D, E, F, Dwight Howard.
Exactly.
As they talked about on the broadcast the other night, Jordan's the one dude in the league that can really step up physically to Howard and really get in his head a bit. And so maybe we go a little bit of TMZ style here and talk about Tiger Woods breaking up with his girlfriend, Lindsey Vonn.
Oh,
Tiger said today he hasn't slept in 3 days without her.
You know what it is? It's kind of like on my first like if I lose like $20 and I have $500 in my wallet, not a big deal. But if I lose $1 and all I have is $2 in my wallet, that sucks. And that's kind of where it is with Tiger and his girl problems now. Girls don't want to be in the spotlight, Tiger. You should have kept it quiet.
Why are we talking about Tiger? He's pretty much irrelevant these days in golf, isn't he? He's no good anymore.
I think we got another reminder.
Vaughn is more popular, is better in his sport than he is. He's fallen off.
So you're telling me Lindsey Vonn's single?
We got another reminder of that this weekend,
you
too.
tell me I got a chance with the Snow Bunny.
There you go. We got a reminder of that this weekend, too.
This is
Rory
unofficial.
McIlroy tore it up at the Match Play Championship, so that's another one of those reminders that younger generation of
There's a
golfers
reason
are
it's now called Rory instead of Tiger, right?
Right?
This is true.
First you get the Tiger, then you get the Rory.
Doesn't have the same ring to it, but
Not as intimidating.
My name is Rory.
playing a game of Rory just doesn't have the same ring as playing a game of Tiger.
So what did we think of the NFL draft?
Nah.
Did we sleep through it?
Nah. It was nah. That's it. That's all you get from me. Nah. Nothing shocking.
As much as I'm not a big Jets fan, I think they killed it. I mean, if they ever had a quarterback and ever get a quarterback, they're going to be dangerous. But getting the best player, I think, at number 6 was amazing. And then turning a 6th or 7th round pick into Zach Stacy from the Rams, that was genius. That was amazing drafting by them. Plus, they had some really good second, third, middle round picks.
I like where they went with their quarterback, getting the guy out of where was he from? Baylor. Petty?
He's a big, strong-armed kid, and everybody says the offense doesn't translate, so it's going to be a project,
Right.
I think he's smart enough where he will learn an offense.
As long as he doesn't learn from Geno.
We'll see. We'll see how. I mean, it's the same thing with Marcus Mariota. If he doesn't go to the Eagles, I have no faith in him whatsoever. They didn't pull the trade off. I think he's going to be scrub. Yeah, as smart as he is, as hard as he works, I watched him on tape and in Oregon miss wide open touchdowns in the goal line where you need it. In the NFL, it's going to be much smaller windows. I don't see him being successful.
Yeah.
Everybody loves him. And he's a nice guy. He's a great guy. He's going to be charitable, everything like that. But
I think
is he
it's
going to
on
win games?
average you have to have a pass off in 2.7 seconds or you're gobbled up. And the kid can do it, but can he do it consistently?
And the offense that he got drafted into, Wisenhunt's offense, has always been a Carson Palmer, Kurt Warner kind of offense.
Wisenhunt is the quarterback killer. He's the worst. Even Ben Roethlisberger, I've heard Ben Roethlisberger said he hated him, did not like him. Every quarterback, granted, he got lucky with Kurt Warner, one of the greatest of all time at throwing the rock. But other than that, everyone else is the reason he's only in San Diego for 1 year, and we got rid of him. He's a horrible cancer, and the fact that the Titans even signed him as a coach just brings them down as an organization in my book.
I'm with you. I thought that Eagles trade I thought somehow that was going to happen. It was a perfect fit for Chip Kelly's system.
Really can't believe they didn't, for what they were offering him, I can't believe they didn't do the pick. It wasn't what the RG3 was. That's what they wanted, the RG3 trade kind of stuff, but you got to get rid of that guy. If he's a freaking Oregon Duck quarterback with an average, a different kind of system. It's not NFL ready.
Every year, fans get excited about the draft. Oh, this is our turnaround year. No, it's not who you get in the draft. It's who you have in your front offices. And if you have a crappy front office, who you get in the draft is irrelevant. And Mariota going to Tennessee.
Well, it's funny we haven't even mentioned the number 1 overall pick or his Instagram photo of crab legs.
Crab leggy.
Mr. Classy, the guy you want leading your organization, Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston. I like the kid, but
the guy's a beast physically. But
he's a beast
what's he
physically.
got upstairs?
He's smart on the field. I don't know about the classroom, but smart in the field. Just
Watching him play in college, he's got unbelievable confidence, which you need. He's got an unbelievable arm, which you need. But decision making, I saw him throw 4 picks in the first half against Clemson or whoever it was. And I mean, if you do that, you do that in the NFL. I mean, that's 6 picks. Because there's so much better windows. You're not going to do that. It's going to be you're going to get
Couldn't
killed.
even do it against Ohio State.
And this past year, he was focusing so much on throwing the ball to Rashad Green, his number 1 target, that, like you said, guys were jumping his routes. They knew where he was going with the ball. He wasn't very good with, his checkdowns and his progressions. They just knew where he was going.
And everyone in the NFL is a Rashad Green or better.
True.
My prediction for this draft is that the best quarterback is not one of the first 2 taken.
God, no.
We look back in 5 years, we're going to find somebody that was in this draft in the middle, 5th, whatever it is, not one of the top 2 quarterbacks taken.
Never.
It's going to be somebody else.
My thought on Winston is that they have to get off to a good start. If they are 5-11, 4-12, he could just kind of
Although
go
he
away.
does have the luxury of having some absolute monsters at receiver.
This
He
is
can just
true.
throw the damn ball up and say, "Go get it."
This
you're
is true.
6'5", you're 6'5", that are actually huge.
And a very good running back.
Yeah, but
too.
if you're just chucking it up there and saying if that's your coaching philosophy, which you're not saying that it is, but I'm saying.
Well, I'm just saying if I'm a quarterback, I'm going to personally know in my mind that I got Vincent Jackson and I got the kid from Texas A&M
Mike
that went
Evans.
nuts last year. Mike Evans, correct? Thanks. Those guys are incredible athletes and huge for the receiver position.
And he can just turn around and hand the ball off to Doug Martin a little bit too, because that guy can definitely play.
History even tells us that the 1 and 2 in any draft quarterback usually doesn't do well.
That's we're looking at 83.
Yeah, right.
I literally was 3.
So there's a fun thing that hit the airwaves today, or hit the internet today, with Will Ferrell. Did you guys catch that?
Ferrell.
He did his spring training tour where he played for 9 different teams on the same day, and Tops, the baseball card company.
He was my favorite Dodger during the spring training.
There you go.
My least favorite Giant.
The
during
Tops
spring
baseball
training.
cards is going to release a series of cards of him on each of those teams. That's
Yeah,
pretty
whatever
fun,
Will
collectible.
Ferrell usually does turns to gold. So I'm sure they're going to be super hot. Everyone's going to want them, and they're going to be worth something.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool thing.
He did Harry Carey this week. He brought back Harry Carey, and I
Gotta
missed
love
that
Will.
skit for Sunday Night Live. And we're talking about him, and we're talking about those cards, and I for one will be looking for them.
It's a pretty cool collectible. Some of them are going to be autographed in the packs too. So
Isn't
them
it
even
awesome being a grown up and being able to afford eBay?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I wanted every baseball card. Now I can pretty much go after them, but I don't really want them anymore.
I
So.
bought.
No one wants baseball cards
We
anymore.
bought
really.
exactly.
entire
That's over
Exactly.
a certain age now.
like we bought
Not
like
like it used
2
to be.
packs of top cards one year just to see if we can get them all. And I don't have to do that anymore. We live in the 21st century, and I have a credit card.
I've got 40 Sammy Sosas, 30 Mark McGuires, and 20 Barry Bonds. If you're interested, I'll take $1.
What about those Ken Griffey's?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Well, I can't wait for the next show to talk about the Clippers, and they're up 3-1.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
God, I hope so.
I agree.
Because I really do want to see that Clippers Golden State game.
And let's see, what's that? Hunt Miocic. Honestly, been going back and forth on this fight in my head. I mean, I gotta go with Mark Hunt. I think Miocic is gonna hit him a lot, whatever. But I think Hunt's gonna catch him with that one just beastly blow and take him out with a big KO. So I don't think that's fight going to the decision.
All right, we're going to close the show on our showboat of the week. And this is something our producer Jeremy and I were talking about. And we wanted to talk about a showboat of the week every week and see who it is. And if you have suggestions, please find us on Facebook or Twitter or any way you have smoke signal and let us know who you think our showboat of the week should be. But this week's showboat of the week, J.P. Howell of your Los Angeles Dodgers with the behind-the-back tag to save the game. It was incredible. It looked like a joke, and it looked like the Dodgers were about to lose it in 13, but
It looked like something out of the Matrix.
it was incredible. Wild pitch off the tip of the catcher's glove, thrown back to him without even turning around, puts the tag back against the Diamondbacks for the sweep So hats off to you, JP Howard. You are our showboat of the week. For Off the Top Sports, I am Adrian Gonzalez.
This is Josh House.
And Brian Belcito.
We're out.
Out.